Tonight, when 7 new players take center stage for their chance to win $777,000.
Dennis Miller, Cuba, Mick Jagger.
There's no telling how the pressure will get to them.
I'd like to answer the question. Lara Flynn Boyle?
I wonder if we'll be hearing from her lawyers.
And now, Studio 7.
When I signed up for this game, I had no idea what it was going to be.
There were people that I've never met before that I was living with that I was competing against for the same sum of money.
Hello, I'm Jeff Greenberg, and welcome to Studio 7. Come on, let's take a look around the house.
I'll cook breakfast. You could shape anyone's entire body. Whose would you pick?
I know what I want.
$77,000.
Yeah, well, and an egg and cheese on our own. Once we got into the apartment after a few hours of living, everyone was really themselves. We all showed each other pretty much how we studied. Everybody knew what everyone else was doing.
Who was the lead forensic analyst at the California Justice Department? Who's the president of the United States?
I did not believe that you could form such friendships and get to know people so well in just a couple of days.
Good Lord, I'm just so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
The episode was about to get filthy right there.
We've been having a great time all week.
I'm definitely taking it seriously. It's no joke. It's awesome to win money. I think once the lights dim and Pat starts talking, it's definitely going to get serious.
Good evening, and welcome to Studio 7. You're about to be examined in a sequence of rounds that will explore your command of contemporary knowledge and your powers of memorization and recall. Tonight's winner will be the one who remains the coolest, calmest, and competes most strategically under tremendous pressure. Each of you wears a silver ring around your neck, a single ring from a chain that connects each of you to each other. At a critical moment tonight, you may remove that ring in order to ask one of your fellow players for help.
Help me.
From all over the country, the 7 of you have come to New York City and lived in luxury with your opponents for 1 week. You've studied intensely, you've formed friendships and rivalries, and I'm sure you think that you've figured each other out. But remember, only the last player standing wins $77,000. And whatever alliances you might have made, when it comes down to money, who can you truly trust? To your pods. The 7 of you have all passed a very difficult test to qualify to be here, but to win tonight's game, you will have to beat all 6 of your opponents over 6 challenging rounds. The first 3 rounds will test your command of contemporary knowledge, the news, politics, sports, and popular culture of the 21st century, the year 2004, and the last 30 days. The few of you who advance to rounds 4 and 5 will then have to prove your mastery of the specialized subject and the memorization challenge. Finally, just 2 of you will advance to the head-to-head speed round where, under intense pressure, you will be asked about the most recent events, the events of just the last 7 days. But first, you have to make it through round 1, in which we test your knowledge of the 21st century. The order to this round has been randomly determined. Player number 4, please exit your pod and approach the microphone. Your name?
Jeff Greenberg,
Age?
23,
Place of residence?
Woodbridge, Connecticut. I know I come off as pretty friendly right off the bat. Sometimes people think I'm overly friendly, or they may think that's fake because I'm being so friendly.
Jeff has been sort of the class clown of the group. He's a good guy, but I don't know if he's taunting people or if it's just his character. He always manages to show up shirtless.
Jeff, what 2003 Emmy Award-winning late-night national cable TV show concludes each episode with a moment of zen?
I'd like to answer the question, The Daily Show.
Player number 3, please exit your pod and approach the microphone.
I like to know everything about everybody. I ask a lot of questions. Rosie is the kind of girl that you want to sit on a couch with and just tell her a line because she'll like go off and just make you laugh for hours.
Rosie's a ton of fun. We've had a great time. She's really sweet.
I think Rosie is playing the super friendly thing to a T, and she might have a whole nother strategy up her sleeve.
Rosie, in October 2003, what transatlantic supersonic plane completed its last ever commercial flight after almost 3 decades in service?
I'd like to answer the question. The Concorde?
Player number 2, please exit your pod and approach the microphone.
I like competing against people if I feel like I've got something to prove.
JC is very bright, and he tells everyone that.
People might say I'm arrogant, and I do come off that way sometime, and I really don't mean to.
JC definitely hasn't let off on the making sure you know just how smart he is.
JC, in May 2003, when President Bush gave a speech on the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, a large banner behind him contained what now famous phrase?
I would like to answer the question. Mission accomplished.
Player number 6, please exit your pod and approach the microphone.
I became interested in directing and acting in high school. I am a sword fighter, and I'm actually training to joust because this year I am Robin Hood at the New York Renaissance Fair.
I think he's a great guy, and I think he's like doing his own thing, and God bless him for it.
He's very happy. He's motivated. He's, senior year in college. He can use the money.
Winning $77,000 would be unbelievable. It would completely change my life.
During 2001, more than 4 million animals were slaughtered as the result of an outbreak of foot and mouth disease that was first identified in what nation?
I would like to ask for help.
Who would you like to ask for help?
Katie? I sort of feel like I could ask Katie, or I could ask you, and you guys might actually know the answers.
If someone asks me for help, it definitely depends on who is asking me.
Katie said kind of out of the side of her mouth, like, yeah, I would help you and Christina, but I'm not so sure.
That silver ring entails so much of what the game is about. Like it says, who can you trust?
Please remove your ring and toss it into the pool of the 7.
Katie, I'd like to help you later if you help me now.
Drew, we've been friends throughout the week, and I would love to help you. I honestly don't know the answer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would like to answer the question. England?
Player number 5.
My name is Christina Chin. I'm 18 years old and I live in Davis, California.
Christina is the cutest girl ever. She's here to have fun, and she seems like she's more caught up in the whole idea of being in New York City on a game show and maybe not focusing so much on the studying.
Christina, in 2002, what politician resigned his post as Senate Majority Leader after his public support for a pro-segregationist got him into trouble?
I would like to ask for help.
Who would you like to ask for help?
Hey, JC, what's the probability if I ask you for help and I give up my ring that you'll help me out?
You?
I'm gonna ask you. JC's the kind of guy, like, he doesn't want anyone to think he doesn't know the answer, so he'd give it to you.
Please remove your silver ring and toss it into the pool of the 7.
All right, I totally hope that you'll bail me out here.
Yeah, we shook on it, and so I figure quid pro quo. If I get stumped over a pop culture question later, his name is Senator Trent Lott.
Thank you. I would like to answer the question. Senator Trent Lott.
Player number 7.
Honestly, I think I could do pretty well in the competition. I mean, I think that I have a broad range of knowledge about a lot of different things. I'm always up on current events.
I think Katie's flying under the radar the most.
She's very quiet. She's very to herself. She studies in a corner.
Katie is a sweet girl, but I think the fact that she honors friendship over this game is going to ruin her within the first 3 rounds.
Katie, in June 2002, the U.S. Postal Service increased the price of a postage stamp for a first-class letter to what amount?
I would like to answer the question. 39 cents.
I'm sorry, Katie, that's incorrect. The correct answer is 37 cents. Please proceed to the block where you'll await your fate. Player number 1.
My mouth has gotten me in more trouble than I could ever tell you.
I like Nicole because she's loud. She says what she thinks.
I don't want to live in a pigsty.
What I don't like about Nicole is that sometimes she's too loud. It can be offensive.
I want that money more than anything. If I screw anybody in the process, sorry, it sucks for you, but I'm going to win.
Nicole, in the 2003 animated movie Finding Nemo, Nemo and his father Marlin are what species of fish?
I would like to ask for help.
Nicole was the one that I was most afraid of from the very first minute.
I definitely walked in the door uber confident. Dude, if you're not here to win $77,000, if you're not hardcore, you're not going to make it past round 3.
She says the craziest, most obnoxious stuff, like, don't even worry about learning that, honey, I'm gonna win, you know?
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here for the money.
She knows that if she's on the block, she's gone. Because she's rubbed so many people the wrong way.
We all knew you were a dumbass. We were just waiting for you to admit it. If I'm not happy, you're all going to hate me. I don't plan on helping anybody, so I'm just hoping I don't need to ask for help.
Who would you like to ask for help?
I'd like to ask Jeff for help.
The dynamic will probably turn a nasty corner at the game, I think.
Nicole, you're not gonna win.
If she slips up once, I mean, that's the opportunity that everyone's looking for.
People are gonna boot you off the second you get in the block.
Studio 7 is brought to you in part by Nike.
Nicole, in the 2003 animated movie Finding Nemo, Nemo and his father Marlin are what species of fish?
Nicole doesn't think she's going to get on the block. Her strategy is that she knows a lot, she knows more than everyone else in the house, and that she's just going to win, flat out, no problem. Why are we even having a game show?
I would like to ask for help.
Who would you like to ask for help?
I'd like to ask Jeff for help.
Please remove your silver ring and toss it into the pool of the 7.
I have no idea. I've never seen the movie. I know it's your favorite, so, you know, if you help me out, I can probably help you out later, like we said we would, but if you don't, then that's your decision to make.
We never really said we would, but I do know the movie, and it's tough because you're a top competitor. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's a funny fish.
I would like to answer the question. What is a clownfish?
Nicole, it's not Jeopardy.
When Jeff gave me help, I'm pretty sure everybody in their pods was like, what the hell are you doing?
Honestly, I wanted to stab him with my shoe, and he even hinted. Like, why would you even hint?
Jeff wants America to know that he knows an answer.
As soon as I gave it to her, I kicked myself. I said, what was I thinking?
Player number 4, please exit your pod and approach the microphone. Jeff, following his death in July 2002, family members of what legendary Boston Red Sox player became involved in a legal dispute after he was cryogenically frozen?
I'd like to ask for help.
Who would you like to ask for help?
I don't know. It's tough. I think I'd like to ask Katie.
Please remove your ring and toss it into the pool of the 7.
Katie, I'm wondering if you'd help me out.
Jeff, I'm gonna have to say that I don't think I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna help you because after spending the week with you, I kind of don't think that you know it. And I think I have a good chance of being voted back on if I'm up against you.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough. I probably should have asked Nicole. But I would like to answer the question. Mickey Mantle.
Jeff, that's incorrect.
Oh.
The correct answer was Ted Williams. Please proceed to the block where you'll await your fate. So 2 players, Katie and Jeff, have failed to answer their questions correctly. It's now down to the remaining 5 players to decide who stays and who goes.
The fact that there's a voting off part definitely makes people more cordial.
I just realized today that I know very little about you.
Anytime someone's nice to someone, you have to wonder, are they being nice because $77,000 on the line and they don't want to be voted off?
a huge part of this game is getting to know each other and the way that you can use that to your advantage.
Katie is the smartest girl in terms of strategy and people and the relationships she's made. The only thing that would hold her back is people voting her off because she's so smart and they know it.
And I'm not going to keep anybody around that I would view as a threat. Then again, depends on who's on the block, too.
Rosie, tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
This is an absolutely nightmare decision because I've said on several occasions that I would keep both of you. I voted you off, Jeff.
Okay.
1 vote against Jeff. Tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
Katie, we had a great time this week, and it's absolutely nothing personal, but you're the better player, and so I had to vote you off.
1 vote against Katie. JC, please tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
I'm going to go with my brain and not the weird fear in my gut, and I'm going to vote Katie off. I see as the bigger threat.
Christina, tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
Jeff, you look great with your shirt off. But Katie, you're absolutely just the best girl in the house, and you have to stay. So, Jeff, I'm sorry. I love you, but I got to stay with my girl.
2 votes against Jeff, 2 votes against Katie. It comes down to Nicole.
See? Jeff, you helped me on the question because, you know, we got to know each other over the week. You told me, you know, that Finding Nemo was one of your favorite movies of all time. If I'm going to win $77,000, stupidly it might be, I'd rather win against somebody who knows what they're doing and is here to win just as much as me. So Jeff, though you helped me and though I love you, I got to vote you off.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, Nicole.
I am shocked.
Me too.
3 votes against Jeff, 2 votes against Katie. Jeff, you've been eliminated from the game. Thank you for your
Thank you.
participation.
Thanks.
Katie, you may return to your pod and rejoin your fellow competitors.
I was 100% sure that Nicole would vote Katie out. 1, because Nicole thought she was the stronger player, and 2, because I had just helped out Nicole.
While sitting in my pod thinking about who I was going to vote for, it was who would I rather see the money go to, because I knew her or him would have voted me off the first chance they got.
She even said having me in the game would be an advantage to her. So her choosing Katie over me was a double slap in the face because she just didn't want me around in the game.
And now there are just 6 of you. Christina, please exit your pod and approach the microphone. The first round tested your knowledge of the 21st century. Now the next round will test your knowledge of the events of just this year, 2004. Christina, on June 16, 2004, what Last Samurai star carried the Olympic torch for a portion of the Los Angeles leg of its relay?
I would like to answer the question. Tom Cruise.
Rosie, in February 2004, the Bush administration lifted a 23-year-old ban on travel to what North African country, led by Muammar Gaddafi?
I'd like to answer the question. Liberia.
Sorry, Rosie, that's incorrect. Correct answer was Libya. Please proceed to the block where you'll await your fate. Nicole, which aging British rocker and vegetarian reportedly banned employees on his 2004 summer tour from eating meat while working?
I would like to answer the question. Sting?
Nicole, that's incorrect. Correct answer was Paul McCartney. Please join Rosie on the block. The two of you will await your fate. Two players have failed to answer their questions correctly. It's now down to the remaining four players to decide who stays and who goes. Rosie and Nicole, you ready for this? Nicole, any expectations of the outcome?
Probably me walking down the stairs. No, don't feel bad for me. Don't feel bad for me.
Tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
Rosie, I love you. Nicole, I gotta vote you off.
One vote against Nicole. JC, tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
I saw the way you voted in the last round, and that was very courageous. I'm afraid that I'm going to get greedy on this one. I really want the 77,000, so I wish you luck in everything.
That's a vote against Nicole.
That is a vote against Nicole.
Tell us who you want to eliminate and why.
Nicole, I have to thank you first off. You shocked me last round. Thank you for the second chance. Nicole, you've been a tough person to live with over the past couple of days. And this is both a strategic decision and a friendship decision. Nicole, I'm sorry I have to vote.
Nicole,
I know.
you've been eliminated from the game. Thank you for your participation. Rosie, you're back in. Return to your pod and rejoin your fellow competitors.
I mean, I played the game as honest as I could, being me, and I think everybody kind of knew that I was just there for the money, and I wasn't really there to make any type of investment in anybody.
That was a horrible decision on your part.
Probably, but we'll see what happens.
What do you mean you lost? You lost.
That's very true, but
Yeah, well, and you didn't look very nice either. I mean, what type of repayment is that?
guy, it's a game.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have.
And I said it when I made the decision.
Yeah,
it might be the wrong one. If you want to be bitter, you can be bitter. I'll go sit over there, but...
You can be, yeah.
Okay. I'll go sit over there. I got no problem with it.
JC.
Nicole was gone, and at that point, the whole game changed.
I get this idea, this feeling that Katie might be a threat that I'm missing.
Who do you guys honestly think is going to win? Drew. I think he could.
And now there are just 5 of you. One of you takes home $77,000 tonight. We've tested your knowledge of the 21st century and the year 2004. Now we're going to narrow our focus to more recent events in the world of news, entertainment, sports, and popular culture. The events of the last 30 days.
JC's definitely a pick for Final 2. I think we're just so tired of hearing him talk about himself. Maybe I hope he wins so he'll brag about this instead of high school.
I won't be surprised at all with how strong Drew and Katie are. They're my dark horse picks.
I don't know how much Katie knows.
I haven't necessarily slid under the radar as much as some people, particularly Christina.
Everyone's like, Christina's a youngin', she's laying low. I didn't even intend to do that, but now that you say that, hey, I'm gonna do it.
I would be really surprised if Christina or Rosie got to the final round.
I feel like everyone in the house sees me as a friend, which, if they can really turn the corner and be competitive, will be no advantage.
Rosie, on June 28th, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to hear a case to determine whether federal anti-drug laws apply to the medicinal use of what controlled substance?
Would like to answer the question? Marijuana?
JC, on June 30th, what film broke the opening day box office record with a gross of $40.5 million?
I'd like to answer the question. Spider-Man 2.
Christina, on July 9th, conservationists announced that they discovered the Cozumel thrasher, a bird thought to be extinct, on an island off the Yucatan Peninsula, located in what country?
I have to pass. I'm blank.
The correct answer was Mexico. Drew, on July 8th, it was announced that the woman accusing Kobe Bryant of sexual assault has hired attorney Lynn Wood, who previously represented the parents of what murdered child beauty queen?
I'd like to answer the question. Lara Flynn Boyle? Not big on my beauty queen.
Wonderful to be hearing from her lawyers. John Benet Ramsey is the correct answer. You can join Christina on the block. JC, Rosie, and Katie, take a moment to consider your options. Which of your opponents, Christina or Drew, do you dread facing in the final round? After those answers, do you dread facing either in the final round? JC, you know the routine by now.
Christina, she's very dangerous in pop culture, but as we're moving out of that territory, and there is the possibility that she may help me in the future, I'm going to vote Drew off.
One vote against Drew. Katie.
Guys, this just keeps getting tougher. I have become great friends with both of you. But going into the next round, I know that one of you did a little bit more studying than the other, and as much as it kills me, I'm sorry, Drew, I have to vote you off.
Drew, you've been eliminated from the game. Thank you for your participation. Christina, you're back in the game. Please rejoin your fellow competitors.
I knew who Jean Benet Ramsey was, and I could picture her in my head, but the only thing I knew was that it was 3 names, da-da-da-da-da, and that's all I knew.
And now there are just 4 of you. The next round will test your knowledge of the specialized subject that was assigned to you at the beginning of the week. You've been given materials on the O.J. Simpson trial. This is now a single elimination round. It will take just 1 wrong answer. The first of you to make a mistake will be eliminated from the game, so beware. Katie, please exit your pod and approach the microphone. Katie, what is the name of the judge who presided over the trial that began on January 24th, 1995?
I would like to answer the question. Judge Lance Ito.
Rosie, on the night of the murders, O.J. Simpson took a red-eye flight to what city?
I would like to answer the question. Chicago.
Casey, what type of car was Al Cowlings driving when he and O.J. Simpson led police on a 90-minute chase on the freeway on June 7th?
I would like to answer the question. A white Ford Bronco.
Good practice for the speed round there, JC?
Come on, let's go.
Christina, Ron Goldman worked as a waiter at what Italian restaurant near where Nicole Brown Simpson lived?
I'm afraid I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I would like to answer the question. La Montezuma. Yeah. La Montezuma.
Christina, I'm sorry. I think you were on the right track there. The correct answer was Mezzaluna.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you.
This is a single elimination round. You've been eliminated from the game. Thank you for your participation.
The timing was off. A different group, maybe. Different age, maybe. I just felt defeated. I felt defeated at the point where I just realized how badly everyone else wanted it.
The next round will test your ability to recall under intense pressure the memorization assignment.
My biggest fear going into the memorization is that I'll just be freaked out by the lights and by the audience.
I think Katie is definitely starting to feel the weight of it.
It's going to be tough. The memorization part is definitely going to be tough.
And now there are just 3 of you left in the game. One of you is going to win $77,000. The next round will test your ability to recall under intense pressure the memorization assignment that was given to you at the beginning of the week. It is a list of Bond girls, the actresses who played them, and the movies in which they are featured. At the end of this round, the 2 of you who do the best will advance to the final round to play for $77,000. The player who does the worst will be eliminated.
I do like the things we have to memorize because I've seen a lot of Bond. I already knew a lot of the names of the actresses.
Honey Ryder, Ursula Andress, and Dr. No.
I probably should be taking notes on the material we're supposed to memorize, but I don't.
I feel like I'm getting nowhere with this list. Do you have like incredible memorization skills?
I guess.
JC has not even looked at the James Bond memorization yet, which to me is incredible.
I haven't even started the Bond girls, and it's the morning of the competition.
You said he'll spend like an hour or 2 on that. We'll see how that goes.
JC, your assignment has 141 elements. If you get just 1 element incorrect or out of sequence, your turn will be over. At the end of this round, the 2 of you who do the best will advance to the final round to play for $77,000. The player who does the worst will be eliminated. You ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Honey Ryder, played by Ursula Andress in Dr. No. Sylvia Trench, played by Eunice Gayson in Dr. No. Tatiana Romanova, played by Daniela Bianchi in From Russia with Love. Pussy Galore, played by Honor Blackman in Goldfinger. Jill Masterson, played by Shirley Eaton in Goldfinger. Tilly Masterson, played by Tanya Mallet in Goldfinger. Domino Derval, played by Claudine Auger in Thunderball. Patricia Fearing, played by Molly Peters in Thunderball. Paula Kaplan, played by
Martine Beswick in Thunderball. Fiona Volpe, played by Luciana Paluzzi in Thunderball. Kissy Suzuki, played by Mi Hama in You Only Live Twice. Aki, played by Akiko Wakabayashi in You Only Live Twice. Helga Brandt, played by Karen Dorr in You Only Live Twice. Tracy Draco, played by Diana Riggs.
Katie, you said Diana Riggs in your response. It is not Riggs, it's Rig. You added an S to the end.
Tracy Draco, played by Diana Rigg in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Ruby Bartlett, played by Angela Saunders. I know everything past that, and I just drew a blank on that one name.
It was Angela Scular.
Yep, sure is.
Honey Ryder was played by Ursula Andress in Dr. No. Sylvia Trench was played by Eunice Gayson in Dr. No. Tatiana Romanov was played by Daniela Bianchi in Dr. No.
Rosie, the name of the movie was From Russia with Love. You said Dr. No.
Thanks.
JC, it seemed like you just blanked out on the last name of one of the actresses. Couldn't continue. Just one movie earlier than JC blanked out. Katie, you added an S to the name of Diana Rigg, probably one of the most famous actresses to play a Bond girl. But Rosie, you made your mistake on only the 8th element. Katie got 40, JC got 43. Rosie, you've been eliminated from the game. Thank you for your participation. JC and Katie, when we come back, you're going to play head-to-head in the speed round for $77,000.
Excellent. The most painful part about it was finding out that they had messed up so early. I kind of got ahead of myself.
I did get ahead of myself. So well.
If I'm in the finals, I don't care who the other person is. The last 7 days, I can get all 7 questions. I'm going to say that right now.
And now there are just 2 of you left in the game. One of you is going to win $77,000. The other will leave with nothing. Contained within this envelope are questions that cover the most recent events in the world of news, entertainment, sports, and popular culture. These are the events of just the last 7 days. This round is a straight race against the clock. The one of you who is able to answer 7 of these questions correctly in the fastest time will be the winner. JC is the winner of round 5. You may elect to go first or second.
First.
JC will go first. Katie, please follow the security officer to isolation until JC has completed his round and set a time.
Good luck.
JC, please exit your pod and approach the microphone. JC, unlike previous rounds, you may interrupt me in this round, but I must warn you, you may miss valuable information if you do so. I will have to accept your first answer. Miss Kelly is going to count your correct answers aloud. The clock will stop when you reach 7. Any questions?
No.
JC, your time will start now. On Sunday, July 18th, which South African leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner celebrated his...
1.
When the 2004 Emmy nominations were announced on July 15th, what HBO miniseries led...
2.
On July 16th, Martha Stewart was sentenced to how many months
5.
3.
On July 17th, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger came under fire for referring to Democrats by what phrase while
Girly
accusing
men.
them...
4.
On July 15th, for the 4th year in a row, an annual report by the United Nations ranked what country the best place to live in the world?
Sweden.
Wrong.
On July 18th, 50 gay couples celebrated the defeat of the federal marriage amendment in the Senate by exchanging vows in what conservative Colorado town?
Denver.
Wrong.
On July 19th, what university announced it was giving this year's incoming freshmen free iPods as part of an educational experiment?
I don't know. Pass.
On July 17th, Florida resident David Havener was arrested after allegedly assaulting his girlfriend by swinging what kind of animal at her?
A tiger.
Wrong.
On July 18th, what nation held a national referendum about its export of natural gas?
Bolivia.
5.
On July 21st, which donut retailer unveiled a line of frozen beverages, including a drinkable version of their signature...
Dunkin' Donuts.
Wrong.
From July 15th to 18th, this year's British Open was played at what historic Scotland golf club?
St. Andrews.
Wrong.
On July 20th, it was announced that the FDA approved what drug for the 4th time, this time to help with excessive underarm sweating?
Pass.
On July 18th, Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon made controversial public statements in which he urged Jews
France.
living...
6.
July 16th marked the 5th anniversary of the tragic death of John F. Kennedy Jr., his wife, and her sister in a plane crash as they traveled to what resort island?
Martha's Vineyard.
Stop.
JC, 7 answers in a time of 1 minute, 46 seconds, 17 100ths of a second. Okay, Katie, if you want to move on to the next question, you may pass at any time, but once you pass, you may not return to a question. You may elect either to give an answer or say pass. I will not move on to the next question until I hear one of these options. If you answer 7 questions correctly before you hear the bell, not only do you win tonight's $77,000, but you advance to the final, where you will play for a guaranteed $777,000 prize. Any questions?
No.
Your time will start now. On Sunday, July 18th, which South African leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner celebrated his 86th
Mandela.
birthday?
1.
When the 2004 Emmy nominations were announced on July 15th, what HBO miniseries led the field with 21?
Sopranos. Wrong.
On July 16th, Martha Stewart was sentenced to how many months?
5 months. 2.
On July 17th, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger came under fire for referring to Democrats by what phrase while accusing
Girly
them?
men. 3.
On July 15th, for the 4th year in a row, an annual report by the United Nations ranked what country the best place to live in the world?
England. Wrong.
On July 18th, 50 gay couples celebrated the defeat of the federal marriage amendment in the Senate by exchanging vows in what conservative Colorado town?
Pass.
On July 19th, what university announced it was giving this year's incoming freshmen free iPods as part of an educational experiment?
Pass.
On July 17th, Florida resident David Havener was arrested after allegedly assaulting his girlfriend by swinging what kind of animal at her?
An alligator. 4.
On July 18th, what nation led a national referendum about its export of natural gas, an issue that led to violent protests in the... On July 21st, what donut retailer unveiled a line of frozen beverages?
Krispy Kreme. 5.
From July 15th to 18th, this year's British Open was played at what historic Scotland golf club?
Pass.
On July 20th, it was announced that the FDA approved what drug for the 4th time, this time to help with excessive underarm sweating?
Botox. 6.
On July 18th, Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon made controversial public statements in which he urged Jews living in what country to flee anti-Semitism there and move to Israel?
Pass.
July 16th marked the 5th anniversary of the tragic death of John F. Kennedy Jr., his wife, and her sister in a plane crash as they traveled to what resort island?
Cape Cod.
Wrong.
July 20th marked the 35th anniversary of astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin making the first ever lunar landing as part of a NASA mission named what?
Apollo 11.
By the narrowest of margins, JC is the winner.
You know, I almost felt bad beating Katie so closely. It was a photo finish in both of the last 2 rounds, and she did an amazing job, and it's just a shame that, you know, only one person gets the prize money.
I think it's a no-brainer at the end for everyone to want the more dimensional person to win.
I was kind of pulling for Katie in the end because I was like, wow, I never would have thought by me keeping her, she'd be where I wanted to be.
We're like, all right, smile, give JC a hug, make it all happy, and then just kind of like pick Katie up and be like, gosh, like, it should have been you.
I had the chance to be the first person out of the game, and I wound up like very close to winning the game. I mean, I just think that's incredible, and I'm happy. I mean, I think I did my best, and that's all I could ask for.
JC and Katie, what an evenly matched final round. JC, you win $77,000 tonight. Thank you for your participation. We are going to see you later on this summer when you have a chance to win an additional $777,000.
Nice. This money is very important for me right now because I'm starting grad school, and I was about to take out student loans, and now I can cancel them.
Hello?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, sweetheart. Are you alive?
I'm better than alive. I'm $77,000 richer.
If you want to be a player on Studio 7, go to Studio 7 on the WB.com for more information.
Fear the game.
Tonight's Studio 7 featured music by La Tigra, Pinback, and the Walkman. Available now at the WB.com. Next Thursday, nothing comes easy on a fresh Studio 7.
This is certainly the toughest position I can imagine being in. It's all part of the game.
Studio 7 next Thursday on the WB.